Mario loved hard. Not the cliche kind of love. He wasn't just opening doors or throwing money at fancy dates. No, Mario paid attention. He listened, remembered every detail. From the way Mandy liked her eggs soft in the center to how she never wore heels on Thursdays because her feet hurt after the market runs. She was his queen, and he worshipped her like one. They had only been married 9 months, and Mario still felt that spark, that constant magnetic pull toward her. He craved her. Her mind, her scent, her skin. But Mandy? She was slipping. It started small. At first, it was exhaustion. She was working overtime, launching her fashion line, and Mario respected that. He supported her, ran errands, made dinner, and massaged her feet at night while she fell asleep on the couch. But then came the silent withdrawals. No more long hugs at the door, no random kisses, no nights curled up, no passion. When he touched her, she moved like she was clocking in for duty. Her eyes stayed on her phone. Sometimes, during sex, she'd scroll it claiming it was just business. Mario began to feel like a background app in her life. And the worst part? She never noticed. He tried. He booked a staycation to reignite their spark, set the room with candles, wine, and music. Mandy showed up 3 hours late, half-heartedly complimented his effort, then said she needed to rest her brain. Mario sat on the hotel balcony that night, alone, staring at the stars and asking himself a question no man ever wants to ask. Am I not enough? Or just no longer desired? Now here's what men know but rarely say. A man with a high libido, a deep heart, and a loyal soul is a dangerous combination because when he feels emotionally starved, he doesn't cheat first, he mourns first. And Mario mourned. He grieved for the Mandy who used to jump into his arms, who used to touch his chest just to feel his heartbeat, who made him feel like a king without even trying. That Mandy was gone. This new version? Beautiful, brilliant, but emotionally bankrupt. Then came her assistant Trey. Mandy mentioned him in passing. He's so organized, she said once. Such a gentleman. Mario didn't question her. He trusted her. Until the dinner party. Trey was there, hands too close, eyes too focused. Mario caught it. The stolen glance, the private joke. Later that night, Mandy laughed too loudly at her phone. She claimed it was a client, but her password had changed. Her attention had vanished. And Mario, the man who gave everything, finally saw it. He was being starved while someone else got the dessert. But he didn't explode. He withdrew. He stopped texting during the day, stopped asking if she'd eaten, stopped kissing her forehead at night. Instead, he went silent, worked out more, focused on his startup. And slowly, the glow returned to his face. Mandy noticed but too late. She tried crawling back into bed. Mario turned the other way. She cooked his favorite meal. He wasn't hungry. She bought new lingerie. He smiled but didn't reach. One night she asked, "Are we okay?" And Mario answered with something she never expected. "Now you know how it feels to pour and get nothing back." That's the lesson most modern women miss. They think men don't need affection. That loyalty is enough. That sex is a chore, not a language. But love isn't just about being present, it's about being engaged. When a good man walks away, he doesn't do it out of rage. He does it because he gave too much. To someone who forgot that kings too need their thrones warmed. Mandy stood in the doorway, arms crossed, watching Mario fold his shirts. It was a regular Tuesday night. Nothing dramatic, no slamming doors, no shouting matches. Just Mario, quietly packing an overnight bag. "Where are you going?" she asked, trying to keep her tone light. He paused, looking over his shoulder with that same unreadable expression he'd worn for weeks now. "Business trip. You didn't mention it before. I didn't think you'd notice." That stung more than she expected. She opened her mouth to reply, but what would she say? That she had noticed? That she missed him? That for the last 2 weeks she'd been replaying their memories like old songs, trying to feel something she'd put on mute? But Mario didn't wait. He zipped the bag, grabbed his charger, and walked past her, offering only a low, "Take care of yourself." And just like that, he was gone. It wasn't Trey. Mandy knew it now. Trey was flirtatious. Yes. Young and bold, sure. But her heart never skipped when he texted. She never dressed for him. It was attention cheap, fast, and forgettable. Mario was different. He was the man who once memorized her cycle so he could cook meals that helped her cramps. The man who called her queen like it was her first name. The man who held her like she was both fragile and fire. and she ignored him. Bit by bit, kiss by skipped kiss, night by night. Now, in the quiet, she finally admitted the truth to herself. She'd starved a man who once fed her soul. She tried everything. Planned a romantic dinner, his favorite pasta, candles, and jazz. He ate quietly, thanked her, washed his plate, and went back to work. She wore that silk robe he used to love. He glanced, smiled politely, said he had to get up early. Then came the night she broke down. "Mario, what happened to us?" He didn't look up from his screen. "Mandy, you stopped showing up, and I stopped waiting. I thought you'd always be there." His voice was calm but heavy. "That's the problem. You thought love waits forever. It doesn't. It finds shelter where it's wanted." Her eyes welled up. "Is there someone else?" That's when it got quiet. He looked up at her then, really looked, and said something she never expected. "No, there isn't. But there could have been, easily. I just didn't want to give to another what was meant for you." Silence. Then he added, "But the thing is, Mandy, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to beg to be touched. To feel like I'm interrupting your schedule just by craving my wife." Her heart dropped. "So what now?" Mario stood, walked over, placed a soft kiss on her forehead. "You were the love of my life, but you treated me like I was an option. And now, I've made peace with being alone rather than being unwanted." Weeks passed. Mandy tried again, texts, calls, shared memories, showing up at his workplace with coffee and hopeful eyes. He was kind, always kind, but never hers again. And then, one day, she saw him at the bookshop cafe they used to go to. He was laughing, freely, with a woman who wasn't stunning or flashy, but who leaned in when he spoke, laughed with her eyes, and placed her hand gently over his on the table. Mandy didn't cry. She just watched, quietly, knowing. Trey was never the threat, neglect was. And now, someone else had become the home she forgot to be. This has been another tale from Folktales of Many Tribes, where every story carries a lesson, and every lesson echoes through time. Remember, what's taken for granted is often lost, and what's ignored today becomes a ghost tomorrow. Until the next story, keep listening, keep learning, and keep the fire alive.